actually know nothing. And I mean nothing. I've never read the books. I've never seen the movies. But I seen this was a big deal. Big deal over and over again, right? Oh my God. How dare they put, I don't know, people of color in it or something? I don't know the whole basic kind of good morning, Bianca. I don't know the whole reason why people were complaining, but to my understanding, there was black elves when there was not so in the book. Um, if you know nothing, you might like the show. That is facts. That is actually a very good point. It's not a race thing, Tristan. Okay, so explain it to me, Elan, because the ring is a metaphor for absolute power. That's all you need to know. That's the thing. There's no ring in the show so far. Like, there's no ring whatsoever. Is there supposed to be a ring? Because if there's supposed to be a ring, then I'm lost. But as of right now, you guys are gonna fucking hate this. You guys are gonna hate this. The show's phenomenal. The show is not only beautiful, but it is scripted very well. It is okay. It reminds me, if you're familiar with Ram V, the way he writes out his scripts and the way he kind of words things, he's very much so. I guess the best word would be um pretentious, maybe. The show is very pretentious. That is undeniable. But it works because it's supposed to be that like elvish weirdness. Um I guess. Now again gonna be very clear here. I don't know anything about Middle Earth. I don't know anything about the lore. But I don't understand why. Okay, so we have main issue that people seem to have is that it spits on Tolkien's legacy. What little lore exists over this age still gets driven over. Yeah, but to my see, can somebody explain this to me again? I'm the stupid one here, so I need this explained. Okay. Um, wasn't Tolkien's books like whites only, basically? Like to my understanding, they didn't have very many black people in it whatsoever, especially during this time period that they're talking about. Bane, can you not get the fuck off? Seriously, if they'd taken okay. So this is my favorite comment so far. It's got nothing to do with history. There was no hobbits in their European history at all. I fucking love it. Good morning, Jay. They had black people, but in different islands. Okay, so if they didn't want to include those islands, can somebody tell me what the big deal is about including people of color? Am I missing something here? I am so confused. I'm sorry. Again, you guys, this mic, because it's messed up, it doesn't filter out the noise of like fucking Bane being a douchery. And you probably hear it a little bit more. Um and outside of Middle Earth, it would have totally made sense to have different ethnicities. But different ethnicities exist on all across the world, right? They exist everywhere. J.R. Tolkien, Middle Earth is based purely upon European myths, stories, and legends. He felt that Northern European mythology was solely underrepresented during that time. And that's fair, but so it is all about race. You guys said in the beginning it wasn't all about race, right? So the big deal here is that, and I understand people are purists. I get that. I'm not being a dick here. I'm not saying you're racist for wanting it. I'm just trying to understand. It is about race change, though, right? Um, just help me understand before we go into this, right? Because if it's only about race, eh, in the nicest way possible, it's pretty petty on our part to be upset about, right? Let's see here. Ooh, this is a great question too. Um, I'm curious. Sorry, guys, I was taking a drink and you probably heard the whole thing. I didn't even think about that. What does the inclusion of black people take away from the story? Or does their inclusion hurt the story? No, absolutely not. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. The and I don't know names. We're gonna switch over to Amazon here in a little bit when we get into the review. But the elf with the blue eyes has a really cool look. He kind of looks like the guy from Detroit Become Human or Don Lemon, and he's got a really cool story going. But I will tell you, when we get to that part, there was, oh, you guys are going to hate this. There was a little bit, a couple lines that may have been more to do with stuff going on in race relations in America. It was definitely made for that, but um, Elron, no, isn't Elron the? I don't know. We'll get there, I promise. Yeah, it doesn't take anything away, Raymond. In short, it doesn't take anything away. It's 1,000% about race. Okay, elves have long hair, not short. Okay, I mean maybe they get haircuts. Maybe you guys are at, did you guys are asking these questions like I know. Did other wizards besides Gandalf know about the hobbits? How? Hold on, let me phrase this in the nicest way possible to Nazim. How the fuck would I know? Sorry, I'm getting your super chat right now. Sorry, Robert. How the fuck would I know? And I do love the lies about being I have seen going around about, I don't know, some of these people being queer. There's not even queer coding in this. That's what's crazy. Not even a teeny bit. I think his name's Elrod. I think. I've got to have the names in front of me. I'll bring them up on my phone. Robert, good morning. I'm having such a bad morning. Oh no! None of my alarms went off, so I'm late for work. Oh yeah, you said you had yesterday off, so you probably were used to sleeping in on a long weekend. Good, I work from home, so they're none the wiser. Good. I'm so sorry to hear you're having a bad day. Ugh. I feel like shit this morning, so I totally get it. All right, I better bring these people's names up in front of me because I'm not making sense if you guys don't understand the names. Let me see here. I guess I could just bring up the IMBD. You should be looking at it as a cool show that takes up some of your day. You forget about your fucking life. Instead, you're worrying about all the black people in there. I think you mean as to not watching it. Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. I get people are like purist or whatever, but this one seems kind of silly to me to the point of like, um, really, there's only like, yeah, there's a couple, there's like one prominent person of color. The rest I would say are background characters for the most part. All right. Speech to text. That's fine. Let's bring up. I'm hoping my Amazon lets me share the screen so we can kind of go through some of it. Galadriel. Are you guys seeing that? Yes. Score. Let me make it a little bigger. Come on, guys. Movies have always been about race. The Lone Ranger was a black guy named Bass Reeves, and Betty Boop was really baby Esther Lee. Yeah, I don't know. They could add people of color, just make it make sense. It did. I think it made sense. I can tolerate. I love it. I can tolerate magic and tiny people and dragons and shit. But black people? Hell no. Black people only started existing around the 1600s. Oh my God. That's so funny. Oh, and don't forget that weird. Oh my God. There was a scene. I have the biggest fear of water. Water is my number one fear. Absolutely my number one fear. I honestly, when I saw the scene where she was on this just huge water, like small raft, but in a huge water area, and there was like this weird worm, they were calling it. Oh my God. Fucking terrifying. Terrifying looking. Robert, thank you so much. Looks at the title. Some people, or looks at the chat. Some people didn't see the video title. Yes. I just need to pin it. I'm a newbie here, guys. Newbie. The Lone Ranger wasn't Bass Reeves. I don't know what the Lone Ranger is. I was just reading a chat. I could look it up. That takes a lot of work, Elon. And I'm sick. And I am grumpy. Lone Ranger, Bass Reeves. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Bass Reeves is an American law enforcement official, historically noted as the first black U.S. Marshal west of Mississippi River. Yeah. So I'm confused. Yeah. I mean, I'm confused. Okay. Galadriel. I don't know nothing about her, but at first I was like, so I watched Grace Randolph's review of this. I need to stop watching her because she's always so inaccurate. So inaccurate. She called her a Karen and a Mary Sue, of which she was neither. Good morning, Otis. And it was really weird because I don't know, like at first she was a little irritating, but there was something, I don't know if it was how they fixed the lighting in post production, and or she just has like magical fucking skin, but I could not stop looking at her skin. Like you couldn't see a single pore. As a woman, I was so impressed. I'm like, you just went through so much. How? Did you even wash your face in the last year? Like, honey, how do you keep your skin so well? And I came to figure out she's an elf. So I'm assuming that's why. But she's the main character, right? Basically what happens is her brother that's a filter. Yeah. It's called the elf filter. Can I have one IRL, please? Please. Just make one. Um Basically what happens is, so I guess, see, you guys are going to think I'm dumb because I don't know these things, but I guess elves don't age the same way that humans do. And she's been around for a really long time. And her brother died in this war from, okay, hold on. The elves versus somebody that starts with an M. Mordor? Maybe? They're immortal. Okay, thank you, fan art exhibit. Well, regardless, her brother actually dies. Morgoth. Thank you. That is exactly who it was. I'm gonna bring this up so I don't forget that name. And her brother, he he has this kind of sigil burned onto him, right? And basically, that has driven her whole entire life to find out and weed out this evil that's in Middle Earth, that's all around, that is kind of looking. It does come back, obviously, or the story wouldn't progress. But to her understanding, she can't find it. They think they find it at one point, and they go to this place that basically it is so evil that fire has no. Oh my god, my cat's gonna break something. Hold on 1 second. So like those chandelier things, fucking cat jumped on it. It thought it was a swing. Yeah, fucking troublemakers, exactly. Okay, so um but they do end up fighting this like snow elf, snow giant, frost giant, this big guy. You know what? Let's do it this way. Her brother is alive. Wait, Shane, did you just fucking spoil this shit for me? Wait, did you just. Cats are the gateways to hell. That's right. Wait, what the. Now I'm mad at Shane. I might be mad at Shane. I don't know. Let's see if it'll let me, like. I can't play it because I will. I'm at 2 strikes already. Baha! It froze me out. Now it just froze in general. It froze me out! It froze me out, you stupid asshole! That's okay. I wasn't even gonna play it. I was just going to, okay, we can go back to the people at least. But I wasn't even gonna play it. I was just going to um like stop and go, but whatever. Whatever. It had to be dicks. Okay. We'll just bring up, you know what, instead of even doing that, we're just gonna bring up the IMBD because I know um I'm gonna mess up names. The Rings of Power. Ah, goodness gracious. Please tell me why act like she is required to know everything, but wait. People are mad I don't know everything? Are you serious? That is so petty. You guys, chill out. There is allowed to be a normie, and that is me. I am not a huge fan of everything. The things I like, I talk about. But in this case, I'm waking up, so I could be misreading things. In this case, I'm a newbie. That's okay. That's okay. We're all newbies at some time, right? Um, so it's got episode 3. Okay, so they come on Fridays. We're gonna look at the top cast because that's gonna help me with names. Okay, that's stupid. Why do they do this to me? I can at least bring up Galadriel's picture like I had it, I suppose. And we can look at. So there is. They did this really cool thing also with the map, and it was really neat because um, it would show the different areas where where they were at. Like, I guess to my understanding, again, newbie, I guess Middle Earth is a place, whereas like where Galadriel lives is a place, whereas where the elves are from. And there's this weird thing. I also, um, elves and human hate each other, I guess. And there was okay. We might like we'll wait for that. So what I was talking about before it got frozen was Galadriel fought this snow troll, and it was a I mean, there was no expense spared on this show. I have watched a lot of, this is quite a bit different than superhero shows. Can you not be an asshole for 15 fucking minutes? Thank you for spilling all my freaking hair stuff. Okay, cats are assholes, by the way. Um, so there was like I've watched a lot of different shows, and not a lot compared to probably most of you, but I've not quite experienced a show that is this stunning, that puts in this much work as far as like we were just talking about She-Hulk, right? Like, now looking back at She-Hulk, I'm like, wow, that CGI is really bad. Like, not it's not awful, obviously, and I still love the show, but like comparing it, oh my god, like that snow troll thing looked so beautiful, and Galadriel, the move she did was so cool. Like they're fighting this thing, and it's kind of kicking everybody's ass, and basically they put the sword on the ground and she runs up the fucking sword to stab it. It is such a cool move. Like, they want to establish in the very beginning that Galadriel's pretty much a badass. Like, she doesn't give no fucks. Her whole life mission is to it became what her brother's was. And her brother's mission was to weed out this evil from and I Mordorth. And it's really cool. And it is very integral. I can't say I like my like I can't say I feel the same about my brothers, not gonna lie. But it's cool. Like you can respect it, right? But it's just I can't imagine devoting your life that much. Yeah, I digress. Oh, and when she was little, they had the super cutest actress play her. Super cute. And she made this like uh what's it called? Like a paper ship. And she kind of got bullied. I don't know why that I think that was just to set up this like bonding moment, right? Between her and her brother. Well, they fight this troll, and it's like basically she's bordering on being OP'd. Oh, you think so? Huh. That wasn't her brother's mission at all? Then what did I miss wrong? That kind of seemed like it was. That's exactly what he died for. He's got that sigil thing. He fought in that big old war. I don't think she's OP. Not if she's an elf. Like if she were a human, she'd be OP. but because she's basically immortal, or ages differently at the bare minimum, I don't think she's OP. I think she's cool. Um, and I also think that the one thing that I didn't, that like, I couldn't see how she could get through was at one point she has a friendship with oh, let's see if it'll let me bring his name up. This guy, Elrond. Now, this guy, it's really hard to look at him. He's extremely ugly. Extremely ugly. And he is very hard to keep looking at. I don't care, like, I don't trust him, nor do I think he's the best actor. Well, he's okay. He's an okay actor. I just think he's gonna end up being evil. I really do. But he basically is kind of seems to be her friend, but really isn't. He sets her up hardcore. Like, after this last mission where she goes to the snow troll, she gets this like great honor, right? And this honor is she gets to go to basically, I don't, oh my god, these names are so hard. Valhalla, maybe. She gets to go to heaven. She gets to go home. And when she's got to go on like this boat and all of the, it's this great thing for warriors, the greatest warriors ever, da 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 da. And um come to find out that he kind of set her up. He knew that there was still evil out there, and he set her up anyway. So kind of fuck this guy. And he also is a dick to one of his friends. Oh, his picture's not down there. I got it up on my phone. Hold on. A little guy. A little hairy guy. I don't know. We're just going to call him Bernie. He's mean to Bernie. I'm just going to start making up names. NWO, of course, the main character is a female. What you got against girls? Are you sexist? No, I'm fucking with you. I know better. I totally know you are. He's totally addicted to Bernie too. I don't fucking remember these names. This is why I don't do these. His name is Prince Durin the Seventh. He's addicted to him too. His name is not Bernie, I promise. Um, but this guy's an asshole. I really at some point hope he kind of gets put in his place, because he's definitely, good morning PKL. He's definitely only cares about himself. That's very clear, and is he only cares about himself and his political hierarchy. He's definitely trying to climb a ladder and also stepping on everybody in the way, if that makes sense. And it's kind of like, it's so weird. This guy's Elrond, and then this is like the older version of him. I swear to God, but it's just a different political guy, the Elf Lord of Ergernon. Um, but it just looks like the older version of him. And then there's this is the guy that does the main, like, oh my god, this is so bad, you guys. I should have never even attempted this. Um, this guy basically is the one that gave them their high honor. Well, when they go to do the high honor thing, Galadriel is almost. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Ominous. Um, Galadriel almost goes, right? Except for she doesn't. And at the very last minute, she actually jumps off the ship. Good morning, figure drawing. She jumps off the ship. And that's where my anxiety starts. That's where my anxiety starts, because she's been on the ship for quite some time, right? So she's got this huge open water that she decided to go into. And oh my God. Oh my God. I can't even, like, my heart just, I can't. So she's in the water for a while. She actually sets up kind of with these people that are also lost at sea. And one of them's a dude that's like completely throws his other people in the water. He doesn't care about them, but some reason he cares about her, which I found a little odd. But there's this huge thing in the water, and I thought it's gonna freeze if I do it again. Thought I was gonna be able to show you guys, but I guess not. Um, it is terrifying, terrifying. Like it is a massive like. Think of like three. You remember those old yellow school buses that you used to go to school in? Think about like three or four of them, back to front, that length of a giant. I don't know if it was a tapeworm or if it was like a giant shark type thing, but in the water chasing them. And it was horrifying. But they did end up. Did they end up escaping? Yeah, I think so. Like, there's a couple different storylines going on at once. So the main story, or the Gladriel storyline, and then you have spinning off of the Gladriel storyline, you have him and the dwarf, teeny guy. You have Bernie, Uncle Bernie. And then you have this storyline. Okay, so these are the elves. Okay, so look at this. All right. These are the elves. These are those people. We have not met a single one of these people, so we're going to go ahead and skip over them. These are the Southlanders. Now, this girl right here, she was in How I Met Your Mother. And I think it's fucking awesome because she's such a good actress. So then this storyline interacts with this elf storyline. They're kind of in love. Kind of. Like, but they're not allowed to be in love. Like, can someone explain this to me? Are elves and human supposed to be some sort of storyline for race relations? But I wouldn't think so because this is so old. And also, everybody was white in the show. You know what I mean? But regardless, they're not like really allowed to love each other. And not really. Okay, thank you, Sultan. I didn't know. That's why I thought I'd ask. Um, but no. Okay. There was one point. I don't know if they'll have the little guy's picture here. I don't know if he was like. No, they don't have his picture. I'm pretty sure he's one of these. So there's this kind of asshole in the tavern. And this is the one point I would say, like everyone keeps saying it's woke. There would be nothing in this except for one line that would lead me to think so, or at least I don't. At least I could understand why it wasn't a bad line. It was delivered fine. There was nothing wrong with it, but I could see people calling it woke. This kind of younger, I would say, kind of hickey. I don't know, just kind of younger white kid. Walks up to Ardenir. Wait, hold on, I can do this. Ardendir, and walks up to Don Lemon, and he's like talking about some sort of evil, and he's like, "It's been a really long time. You just need to get over it." Talking about trauma. Now, that's the only line in this entire thing that even makes sense. And I can about guarantee that nobody caught that. Like, very few people caught that. I think a lot of the people complaining probably haven't watched it. I'm not saying all of them, because I know there's definitely been a lot of reviews. I felt bad for Adam does movies because he reviews everything, right? Like the new stuff every week. He reviews TV shows. He rates stuff. He does, tries to do it in a comical way. But he really liked the show, and I listened to part of his review, and it was just ratioed. Just because you didn't like the show doesn't mean you have to hate the reviewer. Like, that's a don't kill the messenger type thing. But he was fucking ratioed bad. And his comments were terrible. Like, he's allowed to like the show, guys. It's okay. Let's go back to the Southlanders. So, she's a single mom, and she's a healer. I like her a lot. I really like the whole time. I'm like, just fucking kiss. Just fucking kiss. This is her son. And he found a sword. Now, the villain, obviously, in this is Sauron, of which I know nothing about, but I think he did find his sword. Now, there's these orcs that have killed a town nearby, and the son ends up finding they're also in their town, and he kind of fights one of the. Oh my god, these orcs are so OP. They're huge. They're massive. Like, these orcs are. They have nasty, like, little nails, and they're huge, and they're hard, like, seemingly hard to kill. Nobody believes. Saints Row 2022 reboot sucks. I just wanted to put that out there. I have not heard a single person say anything good about that. Not gonna lie. But these things are huge. I really like. I don't know how you would kill an infestation of them. I can't imagine that there's actually a good way to, but I'm sure we're gonna, kind of find out, right? Um, but they warned the town. Nobody believed her until she had one of the orcs' heads, and they kind of take off. Everybody did. We need to talk about these guys. Oh my god, I love these guys. I love. These are my favorites so far. Now, I don't know what the difference between like a Harfoot and a dwarf is, and we'll talk about the dwarf soon too. But the Harfoot are my absolute favorite. They are fucking adore. Oh, okay. So Sauron is a fallen angel, a demon. Oh, that's kind of cool. Hey, I like that more now. That's awesome. Please watch the movies. I really should. I never had an interest. Do they have the Harfoot people in them? Because they're so cute. Like, this is my favorite storyline so far. I don't know if Nori, if it's just the way she acts or what. Hobbits of the Second Age. Okay, thank you, Nazim. They are adorable. Hobbits. Okay. So they're like Elijah Wood. Okay, gotcha. Um, they live in their kind of job is to tend to the forest, right? And they're so cute because they have, like, if people pass by, they can put everything away real quick, and they have this scheme where nobody sees them, but they're there. And I still don't understand those people that were walking by. They have like huge antlers on their back, and I don't know if those antlers like grew on them or if it was part of their backpack or what it was. It was very, very weird. Um but I love these guys. This is my favorite out of all of it. The way that they do, this actress is great that plays Nori. She does a great job. And they're hunters. Okay, so uh maybe they were just oh, I just put two and two together. Okay, so Shane said that he's a fallen angel. Now, in this storyline, there is, I think it's in the second episode, there's a a comet, so to speak, that comes from the sky, right? This blazing comet. And it falls, and Nori's the one that found them. Now, that makes me wonder if that is Sauron. Because he falls from the sky. He's extremely powerful. He's normal size, I think. I think he's just a human. That's Gandalf? Okay, okay. That's Gandalf. Gandalf's a wizard, right? Right, Sultan? Okay, so if that's Gandalf, I don't know then. There goes my idea. Um okay, so not Sauron, he's Gandalf. Okay. Awesome. That's really cool. Because now I want to the thing that I like about this is now that I know that, now I want to go back and learn more about that Gandalf, right? Now I want to go back. It makes me interested in the movies. Um, Dwarves are about a foot taller and live longer. Okay, so the Harfoots are really, really small. They're teeny. Oh, that's so cute. They're my favorite. I love them. They're so sweet. Okay, so here's her. It says Poppy is an orphan. I thought it was her sister. She's kind of like, so Nori is one of those kids that just want to be a kid, right? They want to go out, they want to adventure. She wants to go around and find things. She goes in places she shouldn't. She's a typical kid, right? This is her conscience. They work well together because she's like, Nori, come on. Maybe we shouldn't be doing that. And they work really well off of each other. This is Nori's father. Um, he actually injured himself in this last episode. Uh, cutesy little relationship. I think this is Nora's mother. And then her grandpa? No, okay. He is the trail finder, the wise leader who guides the community to safety. Okay. He definitely knows more than what he's putting on. He is basically, he has this kind of scroll type thing that he's been reading. And he knows something's happening out there. He's just not telling everybody, but he's making sure they're all ready if they need to migrate, which is unfortunate because he hurt his leg. So I don't know. You know what? Now I gotta ask: is Gandalf a good guy or a bad guy? Because if they found Gandalf, he could very easily just kill them, and I don't want him to because I really like that character. He's a good guy. Okay, yay. Okay, because he did seem a little threatening. Like he does, they find this stranger, and it's gonna be Gandalf, so we figured that out. Um, and she takes care of him. Like she does the right thing, and she goes and this comet lands, and she goes down there, and basically this fire isn't hot, which they said in the beginning when they were in that ice place that the fire was hot. It was so evil there, the fire wasn't hot. So that's what made me think that this was a bad guy, right? But no, okay, that's awesome. And he keeps basically trying to communicate, but because they obviously don't speak the same language, they don't, really have a way to communicate. He's getting annoyed. He tries to. He can talk to I don't know if he can talk to all animals, but he definitely talks to these lightning bugs, and he makes them do like a little like a constellation, trying to tell them what he needs. Basically, I think it's. I really like this storyline. I think I like Galadriel too. Don't get me wrong. She's a fine character, but Nori makes this show for sure. And then we have the dwarfs. This is the guy I called Bernie because I couldn't find his name. I didn't realize it was right in front of me. Um, Prince Durin the Seventh. So the dwarves are dwarves. Dwarves. Yes, I'm using the right words. They all basically um live in the pretty. I don't know. It's just like a rock. Like these people live in a giant fucking rock. In this scene, when they actually when Elrond walks in with Prince Durin and they walk into this rock, giant rock. If at bare minimum you don't watch anything else, did I say seven? Oh my god, I meant four. Um, watch that scene. Dwarves are minors. Thank you, fan art. Um, it is the most like there's some beautiful scenes, but for me this scene was so beautiful because it was like the Batcave on steroids. On steroids. It was stunning. The way that the light shined in, the way that these miners worked together, the way that they had the different kind of by Carrie, the way that they had the different kind of levels, right? Even down to how they did their elevator. It was beautiful. It was amazing the way that it. See, what I don't understand about cinematography or whatever, or if this is CGI, I don't know how some of this is not CGI. Like, this has to be one of those series that is mostly fake. I mean, I could be wrong, but I have never seen anything quite as beautiful as some of these scenes. And if they exist in the world, I need to see them. Like, I absolutely need to see them. Dwarves are powerful craftsmen. Yes, and they're super, super strong. They, between Elrond and Prince Durin, they do this kind of fight. Now, at first, you're led to believe, like, they really don't know each other, right? And this is where I had the problem with people saying that um, green screen. Okay. Oh God, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. Never like I've seen a lot of CGI in like Marvel movies and this and that, but no, nothing quite like this. Beautiful. But this is where I have the problem. Before I even watched the show, I seen a lot of people reporting that Prince Durin and Elrond were a queer couple. And I'm like, okay, I don't know anything about this. What's the problem? The problem was that it was 100% a lie. 100% fabricated. Is this on Amazon? Yes, it is. But it was a lie. The whole thing was made up. Like, I get if you don't like it, you there's going to be fans that know a lot more than me that are going to have problems, whether it's with lore or with changing rules or, a lot in the beginning you guys were talking about the races. There's certain reasons you could absolutely not, you could criticize this show for, but don't make one up. You know what I mean? Bye, Bianca. Have a good day at work. Um, but don't make one up. And Prince Durin is married to, I don't remember her name. We will click on her. Princess Disa. And this was a picture I'm sure you guys are all familiar with by this point because everybody's been using it in their thumbnails. Um, I expected this woman to have a bigger role than what she had, and I expected her to be pretentious or something, but she wasn't. She was lovely. Like, she truly was. She was welcoming. She had a beard. I know, I do remember hearing people say that. She had a little bit of a beard. She didn't have much of one. I do remember that they're supposed to have a beard. Now, in the actual show, you can see it. But as far as like something heavy, if that's what you're wanting, there it's not heavy. But it's not like it's clearly there. But I loved her because the reason why you were able to tell between Elrond and Prince Durin, they were friends for a really, really long time. And they were they were really, really good friends. And Elrond, this is another reason why I dislike this character. Um, he's really, really selfish. His best friend in the entire world, right? Best friend in the entire world. He missed his wedding, the birth of his two children. 20 years of life has gone by, and he wasn't there for a second of it. Your best friend in the world, you ignored for 20 years. Something's definitely up with this dude. Like, not Prince Durin, Elrond. Elrond. Elrond? Is that right? Let me make sure I have it right. Elrond, yes. Something's definitely up with him because he's extremely selfish. Like, I really thought everybody was gonna, going into this not knowing anything, the main character to criticize would have been Galadriel. No, it's Elrond. He is, there's definitely something up. But he does this breaking of stones with them. You know, whoever loses basically gets chastised and thrown out. So obviously Elrond loses. He tries to talk to him. And it's cute because they have a good back and forth. I do like that Prince Durin stands up for himself. And he's like, one apology, you can only say sorry one time to my wife, And he walks in and he's like, one apology, then you're out. No staying for supper, no doing this, no doing that. Nothing like that. You get out of here, right? Princess Disa walks up and she just hugs him. Like, she's so warm. um, and she's so sweet. And she's like, oh, it's so nice to see you. And they talk about a sapling that Prince Durin has taken care of for him. And she's just like, you know what? You're going to stay for supper. Like, and the whole time during them having supper, she's, kind of getting on her husband. Like, yeah, you should probably, this is your friend. This is your friend. Like, let's have a friend moment. And she really brings that whole scene together. Whereas Prince Durin and Elrond are really like on the outs. And if it wasn't for her, they wouldn't be talking again. She was great. I don't know how much we'll have of her going forward because she's just a princess. Not that that's not an important role. I'm just saying. I don't know what we'll see. Um, Dwarven women have beards, but they also have tits too. She had tits. Is it weird to say that when I seen the show or the pictures for the show, just because I had no preconceptions going into this, I had no idea anything about it. I actually I didn't expect her to be anything but how do I say this? A full-sized person? I didn't know she was a dwarf. So when I seen her, I was like, "What? What?" Okay. And I expected her to be like that picture. She's kind of got resting bitch face, right? She definitely does. No, she's warm and funny and all of that stuff. I really liked her character. Not the best character, but I liked it. How tall is a dwarf? I have no idea. It's a good question. Wait, who got in? Oh boy. Oh no, spamming. I don't know what happened, but I trust you guys. About 4 feet. Okay, so that makes sense. Like, um, her hair like moved around and it was cute. I don't know. It was really weird. I had a lot of preconceived notions. Just me being judgmental as a person looking at the pictures, and they were all wrong. Why is she fat? Wait, wait. Is that a serious question? I'm so confused. Uh, I mean, aren't all dwarves kind of chubby? It's either Saint Mike or one of his. Okay, what were they doing? Can someone explain to me? Uh, Let me see here. I don't even want to look back up. I don't care. I trust you guys. They thick, son. Hobbits are 3 to 4 feet. Okay, so if we're judging, wait. Hobbits are Harfoot, right? So we've got hobbits at 3 to 4 feet, and dwarves at 4 to 5 feet. I'm assuming elves are the same size, pretty much close to what a human would be, right? They're muscular and a little fat over the muscle. Yeah, that's kind of how they were. And it was weird looking at the scene where they were breaking, oh, what's it, like the rocks, right? Because they're all so ugly in the nicest way possible. They're all so ugly. Oh my god. Um, they are all just absolutely hideous. Like they made sure to extend those noses, and oh my god, it's bad. They were ugly. Elves are taller than humans, 6 foot in the shorts. Okay, so that makes sense. So there's a little bit of issue there, but yeah, overall, like this show was not bad. Definitely the best character was Nori. Definitely, I like this world, so to speak. I like that the way that they are kind of set up in nature. I think that's really cool. Um, and I think that they did a really good job. Now that I know that that's Gandalf, I'm really super curious because hobbits are basically hippie gnomes, where dwarves are basically squashed Vikings. Okay, I can see that. That makes sense. That's kind of how they set them up in the show. You said unlike Santa's elves. That's so funny. I'm not gonna lie. All of the hype that was around this, I don't understand. Or um not hype. What would be the word? Outrage? Wow. Someone is not happy with me. Um but all of this I don't understand. I really don't get why people were upset. Okay, that's because I'm not close to it. If that makes sense. I'm not close to the material, so I'm not going to understand. Well, gatekeepers. Oh my god, I seen the funniest thing. I was looking it up a little bit this morning because I was trying to understand before, and I seen oh, what was it? Maybe Geeks and Gamers or something. Basically acting like gatekeepers. I'm like, I know people. I know you're fans. I get it. I don't think I've ever ever been like, I'm a bigger Batman fan than you because I've read 2 more graphic novels. I just don't. I can't be that way. I want, if I enjoy something, I would like other people to enjoy it also, because maybe they'll get something different out of it. Maybe they'll get the exact same thing I got out of it, and that's enough. I can't be that person. This show is shit, plain and simple. I don't get where you're seeing that at. Honestly, I don't. Like, do you have a explanation as to why? And does anybody know? Okay, so we haven't seen these people yet. Tolkien fans are intense, and I think that's probably what it is. You're very close to the source material. You're very protective of it. I get it, but I'm not gonna not enjoy what I have in front of me because I don't know, because they made an elf black, or I think Shane said something, they changed something with Galadriel. Maybe she, what, I could be wrong, but I thought I'd seen a comment where Shane said she wasn't a warrior before. A mostly agreed opinion. NWO, in the nicest way possible, step out of the echo chamber and you'll realize that's not true. The first 2 episodes got 25 million views. And that compared to even something that I like She-Hulk, is insane, because that only got, what, 1.5 or 1.8, something like that. The 3rd episode got 2 point something. It got 10 times that amount. 10 I just step outside. Let's see. Here's how I look at the show. It's set in an Ultimate Universe version of Tolkien franchise. Much like the beloved Shadows of Mordor games changed the lore too. Was it Peter Gabriel, right? He changed a bunch too. I'm pretty sure. I think I remember reading that. So we're playing this game? So, according to you, I can say the same thing about the numbers that Ripa is creating. Except for I give people the benefit of the doubt. According to Amazon, that is literally like saying, well, he sold 40,000 units, according to him. There's no independent verification. With 89% bad viewer rating. Peter Jackson, yes. Okay, that's what I thought. I knew that name right. Who are these people, though? Does anyone know anything about these people? Did I say Peter Gabriel? I might have said Gabriel. We haven't been introduced to these people. I don't recognize any of the name even. No, she's cute. Yeah, I don't know any of these people. His name is Cayman. I'm not for, I swear to fucking God. I swear to God, that's not going to bother me. I'm hoping it's pronounced a different way. Or it could be Keeman. Oh, which makes it even worse. Stop. I know who Peter Gabriel is. I just realized. ah. Okay. We got to move this. Because I'm not for, I swear to fucking God. They are no name actors. No. I didn't know if they were like important in the lore or. I said it in the comment lookup. Okay. Um, I can't even say what numero. Oh my God. What, how did Token come up with all this? That is a idea in itself. How did he write? Like, I'm not saying I don't have the talent, right? But I'm not saying other people couldn't do it. But this man wrote and wrote and wrote. And it could be a lie. It could be I could be misremembering. He studied languages. Okay. Am I correct in remembering that it started as a bedtime story for one of his kids? Wait, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. I really hope they do it. Oh my god. That would be, well, at least we have the new God of War to look forward to. People are being more vicious to you being a token noob than they were being a noob with Mandalorian. Yeah, I don't know why you would be vicious to anyone for being a noob. I think everyone's being pretty um pretty decent. And if they aren't, that's fine. I understand. Oh, that's Harry Potter, not Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry, Loki. I didn't know. Um, but it's amazing to me just because I love I love the idea of storytelling. It's much of what my channel is about. You know, I love comics, but I love the idea of storytelling. And Token was never anything that I was introduced to. I never was really interested in as a child. I know a lot of people have fond memories of those books. Um, and I just never got into that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone's being vicious. I just don't know what I'm trying to show you here. And the reason why I wanted to review this is because I do think that a lot of people get stuck in this kind of safe space, echo chamber area, where, of course, you're drawn to content creators that are like minded. And we get in this area where we get with the scholars, the people that know it deeply, the people that understand it, the people that have loved it for a very long time. And that is fine. Those people are great. But there's also a subset of us out there that look at it and go, okay, this is new to me. This is interesting. I'm enthralled in this world that I've never been introduced to before. I've never had an opportunity to see what this Middle Earth is. For one, I've been clear about this on my channel. I've never been a huge fan of that time period, but it also could be because I've never had a great story from that time period, right? Um, so this could be that story that gets me introduced. This could be that idea of being the noob that reviews this and helping people understand that it is worth your time at the bare minimum for the beauty alone. To my understanding, they basically spent a I don't want to say it correctly, but I thought they spent $1 billion on this entire season. Like, it's the most expensive show out there. And whether you like this show or not, it is going to go down in history as one of the most expensive shows. It's going to go down, like, this is going to introduce a brand new coming up fans, maybe not my age, maybe younger, maybe people that are just now turning 18 and were kids when The Hobbit and stuff came out. This is going to introduce a brand new fandom to this. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. And honestly, the introduction's good. The introduction is beautiful. The storytelling, it is slow. It is pretentious, but not in a bad way. Like, some of the dialogue is a little bit like, I definitely feel like, and I compared it to Rom V earlier. just because it is very much so that, like, oh, this is going to sound dumb, but I feel like you have to have a pretty decent level of intelligence to understand all of the complexities within it, if that makes sense. Like, you're gonna have to pay attention. And I did hear a couple people say, I think even on Sunday, Ingleton came on and said it was beautiful, but it was boring. I didn't find it boring at all, but I understand why he said that. It's very decompressed. It's very much so long form storytelling. And I like that. Like, that's what makes me a fan of people like Ramvi, because they take their time with each and every scene. And I felt like this show, really did a good job, each and every single scene, making it matter, but also explaining it in its entirety. To be fair, let me see here. I was talking a lot. Apparently, ships don't float. They don't. Did new physics come up I didn't know about? um, um, Let me see here. To be fair, a lot of the problems came from those involved with the show were clearly disrespectful to her token and acting like they were making it better. So that taints things. Okay. Actually, what we'll do is I seen a video pop up and we'll take a look, because I seen a video pop up that said something about what was it? It was Rings of Power cringe. And we'll take a look at it. Oh wow, why is there so many? That's so weird. Is this one of those cases where it really, I mean, I could be wrong, um where a lot of people had a problem with what the actors were saying and what the media was saying as to more than what the show was? Let's see. Okay, Rings of Power woke disaster. We gotta look at this one, right? We gotta. Let's see if it's really this woke disaster. That's 720. Come on now. It could be the upload. Yes, the show is just that's the thing, NWO. Maybe I'll be blown away by the movies. Maybe. If you're saying the show is a disaster compared to the film, then the film has got to be amazing, because the show wasn't terrible. It wasn't even bad. It wasn't even all like it was. I would give it a 7. I'd give it, like, if we're I hate doing ratings because they're so hard to do. Um Audiobooks too. Oh, that's neat. Um oh, I know Shadows of Mordor changed a lot. Um but I would probably give it a 7.5. 7.5 or an 8. Just because it's so damn beautiful. But let's see what's so cringy about it.
The first black woman to be a dwarf in Tolkien. But what do we learn about woman dwarves?
Well, we learn that they exist. This is necessary. This is a revolutionary moment within our time. And to be the poster child of accessibility for people of colour, for women.
It's not a secret.
Is that cringe? Am I missing something here? Am I missing something here? Is it cringe to say she's the first black woman dwarf? Because she clearly was, right? Okay. Maybe the cringe is coming. I don't know who this is. He doesn't look familiar to me.
I'm the first elf of color, you know? So I thought also it would be...
Wait.
Of color for women.
It's not a secret. I'm the first elf of color.
Wait, is this the main? He looks weird. Wait. Is this Don Lemon guy? Wow, he looks so different. Why does he look so different? Like, get rid of the freaking mustache, dude. It's terrible. They were blue contacts? That's so disappointing. No. No. Yes, he's also darker in the show. He actually, like, I don't know if this is offensive or not, but he actually looks more Latino here. Oh my god. That's so disappointing. He has a really cool, distinctive look in the show. I mean, to be fair, he's an actor. That's what he's doing, right? But, like, you fell for movie magic. Hey. Yeah, I totally did. Yeah, I totally did. Oh my goodness. He's Puerto Rican, I think. Yes. I don't know his name. You guys should look it up and tell me. I would about guess you're right. I almost didn't recognize him. Oh my goodness. Wow. Movie magic is wonderful, apparently.
You know, so I thought also it would be beautiful to bring something that was of our people.
She is the first dwarf of color. It is so time for us to expand the accessibility and the opportunity for...
You guys know why they keep saying the same things over and over, right? Like, I think people fail to realize that, for one, most people don't sit here and see every single interview. But two, they're also told what they have to say. They're also given these lines to say. It's just like, have you ever seen, I think it's called Project Mockingbird or something. Check it out. It's a news station, or it's a news compilation rather. And they're told exactly what to sell, exactly what to say. I don't think it's because they're self-centered, Loki. I think it's because that's the job they signed on for. Like, I don't think she came up with a single line, or he, or any of these people. They were given these points to say. I could be wrong, but it's like figure drawing said. They're on a press junket. They say the same thing over and over and over again, because if you catch one of them, you're lucky. Nobody really is that close to it unless you're following it from, channel to channel.
For this world, Tolkien's world, to be seen in a way that it hasn't been seen before, as a female dwarf, because...
Oh my god, look! That's Normie. I'm curious how old she is. I had a hard time distinguishing when it came to Normie if she was supposed to be like 10 or 11 or like 15 or 16. I went back and forth. I'm not sure. But I still think that she's supposed to be, I don't know. She looks like she's supposed to be like Wednesday Addams there or something. What is up with those bangs? Goodness gracious. Do you know that Hollywood race changed Mary Queens of Scots to black? What? What? I didn't hear. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I guess I don't follow stuff like that. Early 20s? Oh my god, older than what I thought even. I thought she was supposed to be more like a kid. Channeling your inner
It's
Saggy.
time for so many people who may have not seen themselves staring right back at them on a screen to have that chance and to have that turn. And now we see us. Now we're here. We are heard. We are seen. It is our time and it's our turn.
I am a person of color. I feel...
I love her. She's Nora in How I Met Your Mother. She almost reins Barney in. Almost. And then he cheats on her. But yes. That does not look like John Lemon anymore! It fucks with my brain so much! I'm still waiting for the cringe. Like, I don't have a problem with her saying that because I know that that's what they're supposed to say. It was Anne Boleyn. Oh, I did hear about that. That was dumb. And it wasn't Hollywood. It was something on the BBC, I think. I don't even think that was in America.
Very much aligned with that legacy of occupying, spaces that perhaps we haven't been invited to. There will no longer be a time where you can say there are no elves of color. So we erased that one.
So there was no elves of color period before. That's so weird to me. What? This fucks with my head. I hate it. Come. Of course you're mowing right now. Of course you're fucking mowing right now. Get rid of your $2 mustache. Please. And take your earrings out. I mean, their earrings are fine. Whatever. Just get rid of that mustache. You look like a used car salesman. I hate it. Okay, what was that rubber? Yeah, that's a big problem. So many people act like this is actual. No. This isn't this is a press junket. They were told to say this. Absolutely. What have I missed? Good morning, hominous. Saying the media stuff is cringe, it's fine, but the people outrage over the actors saying things. Yeah, not saying it's not cringe, but it's something they're told to do over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Like, you answer this question this way. Like, it's so probably, like, indwelled in their brain that is just what they say. They have to.
And the first time that we see a black woman in this area and this world and these works of Tolkien, this represents progression. This represents an acknowledgement of where we have been and a will to get to where we need to be. It's wonderful.
I can't believe that there was never an elf of color. Is there a reason for that in this world? Because you have to work with the world you've created, right? And I want to give it the benefit of the doubt because I know there's been a lot of outrage. But is there a reason for that? Is there a reason? Or is it just because that's how it was cast? Elves were described as fair-skinned. Okay, but so it's just because of how they were described in the book. Okay. Elves don't see color. They're not racist. That's why. Shut up, Joseph!
To see not only some diversity across the entire show, but also diversity being in positions of power. This will be the visual reference that people, the younger generations will follow. And the generation that comes after us now, this will be their memory of Tolkien.
And she's not wrong. And I don't see an issue with it. Like, at all. I'm sorry if you can hear that guy mowing. I yelled, but he didn't hear me. That's because he's outside and I knew he wouldn't hear me. I just yelled. I don't actually see this is the issue. This may be why they changed that. Yeah, they got to get rid of that idea that darker means evil and lighter means good, right? And that's probably what they were trying to figure out how to get rid of. And by placing, what is she? She's a dwarf, right? I don't know. I can't say that I have an issue with her. I don't know. And that does come off like they're saying they're trying to improve Token, which comes off as disrespectful. See, I don't see it that way, but I could see why you would. I could see why people close to the source material would see that as disrespectful. I mean, I can definitely see that. Why wasn't there any black Vikings? I didn't know there was Vikings in the show. Is there? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. Um, so she's saying it's, I guess she's saying it's progression. And some people I can understand are saying, what's the opposite of progressive is regressive, right? So in essence, she's saying that the works of Tolkien were regressive. And I guess I can understand that, but I don't think that evolution is inevitable. And I think what they're doing is just trying to evolve something that I I mean, I don't know their level of complexity that they love, but they're trying to improve upon what they already have and can work with. Their attitude is coming off like ours is better. And I kind of get that. I do. And I think I see what you mean here. I don't see the cringe in saying like, this is their first elf color, but I get what you mean. I do get what you mean. Um, I don't know. I can't say that I would blame her. I would blame whoever her PR manager is, whoever, unless she did come up with these lines herself. But I can see what you're saying here. I definitely can, Robert. Fuck progressives. I mean, honestly, like, I would much rather be progressive than regressive. But then again, I think you're talking more politics than rings of power. I I think you're talking here something different. It's more of a old white man bad, modern POC better. Okay, I don't where, but I'm trying to be fair here because I want to understand your mindset. I always try to understand people, but get. I get how she's saying, this is a first. We're being, more progressive in this nature. Um, but she didn't say anything about old white man bad. But I get what you mean. Like she's saying token in a saying it without saying it. I guess is the best way to put it. That token was regressive in a sense, right? Progressive. What's that? Simon. Progressive isn't necessarily a good thing. Change can go both ways. Absolutely. I'm a creature of habit, so I'm really bad about change, but I've been trying to be better about it lately. But I'm very habitual in nature. Oh, Hooded Justice. This is what I meant. This is exactly what I meant. In this bar scene that he's talking about specifically, there was a younger white boy. There was a younger white boy, and he basically looked at Don Lemon and he said something along the lines of, "It happened a long time ago. You got to let it go." Right? It was definitely a notch at black people having family trauma of slavery. I definitely think it was. Like, it was very clear that they were talking about, and again, coming from a reviewer's eye, maybe it's just me, but I definitely know exactly what you mean when that. Wait, what's Scandinavian facts? Oh, okay, you're arguing in the comment section. let me keep going here. I'm trying to not really. Yeah, history is not inclusive though. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm not gonna interject.
Obviously, we no longer have the great J.R.R. Tolkien around. What is the aspect of the show you would most love to get his thoughts on?
There's a lot of conversations about female characters, characters of color. There's a big conversation happening. I would like to have that conversation with him. I do think.
I don't think that's cringe. I think that's an honest answer. I don't know who that girl is right there, but I would be curious. I would be curious on his thoughts. I think that's very fair to say because what would he think? What would he think of the first Black Dwarf? What would he think of the first? I don't know now because they made him have blue eyes and they made him darker in the show. I don't know if he's black or Puerto Rican or anything. I don't know. It fucks with my head, but what would he think? I think that's a fair question. Why wouldn't he like it though, fan art? Out of curiosity. Do you think just because you'd be like, why change it? This is my shit. Why fuck with it? You think you know what I mean? He was very protective of his work. That's fair. Wouldn't you be? Like if you created something so intertwined with so much lore and so much detail, would you not want to protect it? I would. But I think I would also be open to ideas. Good morning or afternoon now, Angelo. I'm still trying to figure out, was it you, Angelo, in the chat the other day that said in the second episode they were like, where's the white woman at? That didn't happen. I don't know if I just missed it or what, but I don't remember that scene at all. I don't get it.
He would give a resounding F yeah.
We are both activists off screen. We have a deep-rooted connection to.
You know what I really, really hate? When people use we're activists. And that's fine if you actually are. But now I've seen a lot of people on the right use activists as a dirty word, just like feminists. Oh, you were making a joke. You haven't seen the show. I was looking for that scene. I thought you were for real. I was so confused.
Wanting to make the world a better, more equitable place, and to serve our communities.
Especially those fans that look like us.
Yeah.
The movie franchise and
I think Nora. I don't know her real name. I think she is Iranian, if I remember correctly. Gorgeous, gorgeous woman. And I don't think their heart's in the wrong place. And that's another thing I have a problem with, people making it seem like it's something malicious. I don't think necessarily they're doing the good that they think they are, but I don't think they're doing it from a malicious standpoint. I do think they're doing it, their intentions are pure, but I also feel like there's a huge disconnect from reality, the reality that we live in as normal citizens, compared to somebody in Hollywood. And there's that massive disconnect there that they don't realize what they do or what they say or how that affects people. They're trying to do something good, but it comes off, like you guys said, as cringe. Like, yeah, we get it. We get it.
Especially those fans that look like us.
Yeah.
The movie franchise and a lot of respect for it, and I felt very represented spiritually and intellectually, but not in image. You know, there was no one that looked like me. I know a new generation, but also
anybody. And I know I think I have a few people of color in here. Out of curiosity, and I know I've talked to Bianca about this, I've talked to a couple people about this. Are you, even as a white man, do you feel better when you're represented by somebody that looks like you? I would say that as far as myself, I absolutely have always seen myself on screen. I'm a white brunette, white girl, right? Um, but I tend to gravitate towards those characters also. If you'll notice, all my favorite characters are somebody that represents me. And I don't know if it's maybe just because I've always seen myself on screen or what, but I personally, I don't, I gravitate Harley Quinn, Catwoman. I gravitate towards people like Talia al Ghul. You know what I'm saying? Um, so we've got an I don't care. I watch for people who aren't me. Let me see. I'm just curious your guys' answers. Nope. Gotta know. If you don't date trans women, you're homophobic. That was random. Um, no, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not that narcissistic. I don't think it's narcissistic because I'm not narcissistic too badly. Um, but I gravitate towards characters that look like me. They're usually my favorite. See, Reese said, no, I'm not that shallow. I'm not shallow. It's just something I do. I don't think I do it on purpose, and I don't think I do it for a narcissistic way. I'm a biracial woman, and I would hate to be a young actress at this age. Imagine just trying to get work, and you get a role, and then people hate you because, yes, I want to highlight this. At this point, anytime a person of color is hired, even if they're the best person for the job, it's seen as woke. And that's a real issue. Like that's not a fair criticism anymore. Or it's seen as something like, oh, you're an affirmative action hire, aren't you? No. Stop doing that. Start giving people the benefit of the doubt. And unfortunately, people don't ever. And that's really sad. It's a really good point. I'm going to try to say her name. Tally Zora the Beagle. To those saying Tolkien family hated The Lord of the Rings, apparently some of them hated any adaptation because they think it would stick to the books. Even J.R.R. himself felt that way. So he was like he was like Alan Moore. The grumpy old man. Grumpy old man. Oh my God. If I hear diversity hire one more time, I'm going to lose it. Yes. It's all you hear, diversity hire, affirmative action, or, oh, you're the token this, you're the token that. Yeah. Maybe learn to start giving people a chance. I can't imagine being an actress right now. I can't.
Adults are gonna feel that's my guy, that's me. Now I exist in this world, you know?
For me personally, it's really about Tolkien's writing and always going back to the literature and the lore.
We're choosing to tell it in these times, so we should represent it for these.
Wait. She was really nice about the. Okay. All right. I don't think that's cringy at all.
Times.
And I think it's something that really feels right for our times.
But if you go,
I agree. If you're trying to represent the times we live in right now, it's not near as white as it used to be. So there's nothing wrong with representing what the world outside your window, if you want to talk Marvel style, right? I don't have a problem with it. I don't get the problem with it.
to the equal to Tolkien and his works, it is very English mythology.
We don't change anything, but we interpret everything.
That's fair. I think everybody's interpretation of literature, you can take away something different. You can read the same person and read the same book as somebody and interpret it completely different. It just depends on you.
It is so important that we make it as accessible as we possibly can. It is everything. It is everything for people of colour. It is everything to progress forward. There are so many...
I just don't think that people... I think that people are getting sick of hearing about representation. I think once we stop hearing about it and they just start doing it, then that's when people are just going to accept it. I think right now we're going through an overload of this is the first this is the first that, this is, that. People are getting sick of it, right? I get that. I understand it. You're sick of hearing about it. So just start doing it. Stop pretending like it's the first this and the first that. Just do it and let people decide for themselves. I think that's a fair way to put it. I don't mind this kind of stuff, but I know people do. So I think once you stop, and Ingleton made a good point on my stream on Sunday. They advertised Lightyear. It was a big deal. They made it seem like it was going to be, this big lesbian thing, da 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 da. And it was simply a little kiss. So why advertise it that way? Just let it be. Then it's just normal. And that's how it should be.
diverse people out there, but now they get to see themselves staring back at them.
As a big fan of Tolkien's work from a very, very young age, I just think of my young self and how she would feel to see me on screen. And
It's to be part of a redress of balance within this world. Well, it's a reflection of the world that we live in, you know. Suddenly we have visual representation to be able to stare at a screen and see a version of themselves staring right back at them. What a great way to relive Tolkien's work.
Yeah. It's an incredibly diverse world. What's great is the showrunners are backing it. They're backing the diversity of the world. They're saying, maybe if Tolkien was around now.
Is that I was trying to figure out who that was. That's the old Harfoot guy. Exactly, Hominus. Exactly. Don't preach it. Do it. Just do it. And nobody will bitch. Sorry. I actually thought that seriously for a moment. Okay. Everyone will still bitch, but they'll look like the asshole, right? I think a lot of people already are seeing it kind of looking like an asshole moment. You're bitching because there's a black elf without understanding. And that's why I asked you guys for understanding, right? And this is another thing I hear a lot too. Characters need to be, and it's forced. How is a white character naturally accepted, but a black one is forced? That doesn't make sense. Inclusion is bullshit. Holy crap. We never finished that conversation from disagreements a long time ago. That was when my computer messed up.
He would want it to be like that. The world has changed.
Look how different he looks. He looks like 100 in the show.
All fantastical worlds should be diverse, because who's to say that it wasn't like that, or that it shouldn't be like that in the future?
Yeah, it's all fantasy. It's all made up. Who's to say that it has to be all white? Oh, goodness. I don't get why the default is always white. I just don't understand it. He looks 99 now. No, he doesn't. He looks good. Tolkien wrote a story on British lore. There were no people of color in his story at all. The man is rolling in his grave. Angelo. Do you really think maybe. Do you really think he would be mad over a black person playing his character? Maybe. I just can't. My brain can't understand it. My brain can't understand it. But it was so weird. I don't know how. I should have EFAP'd it. It would have been a good stream. The Amazing Lucas did a live stream. I talked about this a little bit in me and Bianca's video. And I've not really come across either. When I was younger, I lived in a predominantly a white mixed with Muslim, right? But I've not really come across crazy racist since I was young. Amazing Lucas did a stream, and it's up if you guys want to check it out. With Politically Provoked. Holy fuck. I've never seen so much racism in my life. Like, I've been on the internet for years. I've had a channel for years. I've dealt with people, kind of coming at me, telling me to kill myself, calling me names, doing these things, calling me a white bitch, doing this. Those things never bothered me. This was the most insane thing I have seen. Like, these people have been deplatformed, so they have their own website, and going to their own website to check it out was just N-word this, N-word that, monkey, that. Oh my God. If you have a chance, even just listen to 15 minutes of it. It's the most disgusting thing I have ever seen. And, maybe something like that could prevent it in one person. I don't know. There's got to be something. Like, I've listened to Xander Hall. I like his channel a lot. I don't listen to a lot of bread tubers, but I listen to a couple. I've listened to Hunter Avalone a couple of times. I've listened to Vosh a couple of times. But I usually listen to Xander Hall. And he talks about, every once in a while, about these people called groupers or gropers that are actual racists. And I thought he was being hyperbolic. Everybody's hyperbolic on the internet, right? We all clickbait. We all know these people actually exist. Like, they actually exist. I was completely and utterly shocked. This is why I keep saying the marketing membership comment. Oh, shit. I don't have my phone. Hold on. Give me a second. I can look on the computer, though. I hate that membership comments do not come up on my actual restream. That is another issue. I need to set up stream elements, and I'm not sure how. Let me see here. Joseph. The race isn't issue. Okay. The issue isn't race. It's inaccurate mythology. Which boils down to race, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Joseph. You don't have to use a membership message. Just tell me. But it comes down to race, right? Like, that's what it boils down to. Okay, let's keep watching. I'll keep an eye out for your comment, though.
My costume alone is designed to be able to feed my child in between takes. That is the power of a female.
Oh, that's so fucking cool. How is that cringe? That's really fucking cool. Listen to this. That's really cool. Amazon's known for being fucking assholes. Known for it. But they help her. That's
My
awesome.
costume alone is designed to be able to feed my child in between takes. That is the power of a female dwarf. And we are acknowledging, of course, all different shapes, sizes, and worlds.
And I'm a Harfoot.
That is really cool. That actually is. How is that cringe? How is that cringe? Send it again, Robert, and I will. They actually helped her out by creating her outfit so she could breastfeed in between scenes. That's not cringe. That's a good mama. That's a mom that cares so much about her child. She's willing to put everything down in between scenes and make sure that baby is taken care of. And get her outfit designed so it's easy to do so. That is cool. I'm sorry, that is cool. There's nothing that's awesome. That's just a good mama right there. This is why I keep saying this kind of marketing is terrible. They should not dwell on them being progressive when they should talk about the world, the story, all at that first. Yes. And you know what's really weird about going into that? What's really weird is I had no idea. Like, I don't feel like the trailers told you anything about what was going on. So going into the show, it was like a blank slate. They didn't really talk about the world. They didn't talk about the story. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. They should have led with storytelling, but they didn't, and it was weird. I love this. I love this. Comment of the day. Women should shut up and have babies. Barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. No, we're going to take away all your bodily autonomy. But also, bring up breastfeeding is cringe and woke. You guys can't have it both ways. People can't decide what they want. Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry. I think that's fucking awesome. Why did she need to talk? I see an NWO put, why did she need to talk about it? She was talking about the power of being a fucking mama bear. The power of being a woman and how strong she is. I think that's fucking cool. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know if it's just my maternal instincts, but I think that's cool. Diversity means no straight traditional men. You know how many straight traditional men there was in the show? Like a bunch. You sound under the weather. Yeah, I'm sick. I'm fucking sick, and I'm trying to work through it. I'm definitely somebody that likes to keep working, but I feel like shit. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard you say, Nerdette. Oh, Reese, you're lying. You're lying. I say dumb shit all the time. This can't be the worst. I say dumb shit on a normal basis. Come on now. You know better than that.
Because suddenly there were black hobbits. I'm a black hobbit. It's brilliant. So we're an indigenous
Look at him. He looks so good in the show.
population of hobbits, what we call Harfoots. And we're multicultural. We're a tribe, we're not a race. So there are black and Asian and
Ooh, I like that. We're a tribe, not a race. I like that.
brown and even Maori types. And there's a very strong female presence in this. There are going to be female heroes in this evocation of the story.
Every woman on the show, every female character, we don't serve the men around us.
The cliche is that the
She said we don't serve the men around us. I mean, I would disagree. Galadriel's whole point is serving her brother. Like, I don't know if that was just for PR, but that's absolutely the main storyline is her serving her brother. The whole fucking point is her vow to her brother. Like, I get it, Nora. I get it. You want to kiss the guy next to you. I get it. But don't pretend like that's true. She didn't take it seriously. Why, you whiny asses? Why are you? I didn't take it seriously. I don't take anything seriously, Reese. You know this. You notice. Hey, Nerdette, I have a shirt idea for you. Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
The male character comes in and sweeps the woman off her feet, and that she's demure and she's, and this is the opposite of that. I love that she's an empowered woman.
So my character.
So I do have a little bit of an issue with that. I don't think there is no reason why you can't have a damsel. I don't know. It's kind of gotten almost vilified to have that damsel in distress, right? And I actually have no issue with a damsel in distress storyline. I never have. I don't think that there's any reason why we should get rid of that in storytelling, because it shows the power of men. It shows the power of, and depending on the situation, the power of love, the power of protection, the power of masculinity in general, which also, is something important that needs to be in storytelling. I mean, we do see it like the dwarves, very like masculine in nature, right? But I don't see what's wrong with a damsel in distress. I really don't.
Marigold is a Harfoot. Marigold is a matriarch. She is in charge of her family. She rules the roost.
I'm playing Isildur's sister, Earian, Elendil's daughter. She's an aspiring architect and the baby of the family, yet kind of more of the adults.
We have not met them yet.
Yeah, the character that I play, Nori Brandyfoot.
Okay. She's my favorite in the show, but she's kind of scary looking. Okay, I'm not going to be mean here. But let me see here what your beings. I'm one of your biggest simps. You should do a shirt saying it's hard out here for a simp, or simping ain't easy. Fuck it, embrace the negativity. I fucking love it. I love it. That's such a. Oh, I'm gonna design something. I'm gonna design something. Oh my god, that's so good. Yep. I've got so many ideas. Yes, exactly. Good point. Q-Gon Gamil. The guy saved Galadriel when she fell off the raft. Yeah, she would have been dead. So don't tell me these aren't just talking points, because these ones about women don't make sense. I just, yeah. So many claim I am your yes man, but yes, I am politely disagreeing with you. Yeah. People got to realize that we don't have to think alike. Like-minded people naturally come together, but also in the same sense, we don't agree on everything. Everyone out there that's in the chat, I can guarantee, doesn't agree with me on everything, especially since I'm so new to this subject.
She's super. She tests the waters. She wants to subvert Harfoot tradition.
Oh my god,
She is the
why
first
she
female
scary?
dwarf that we have ever seen on screen.
And she's a boss of Durin.
I can't wait to see you guys' relationship.
Yeah, excuse the
Wait.
She's a boss of Durin.
Is that him? Holy fucking crap! That is the Prince Durin the Fourth. What the fuck?
I can't wait.
He looks nothing like that. Nothing like that! I love that hooded. That's awesome. I'm so gonna mess with my designer later.
To see you guys' relationship.
Yeah, excuse the expression, but she wears the trousers.
What message do you have for the book purists, the fans that are to the Peter Jackson films?
Oh shit.
Read the books. He wrote a lot. So.
Anyone sending hate?
What?
Read the books. He wrote a lot.
Okay, clearly he clipped something there. Whoever put this together, because that was a clip. I wonder what she really said. I don't know. I think the best thing you could say in that situation is just give it a chance. Just give it a chance. We worked really hard on this show, or something like that.
Anyone sending hate to my black castmates, get off my page, get off the internet, and shut up. Shut the fuck up.
The age of men is over.
Okay. I mean, you didn't really convince me that was some super big cringe there, but okay. I wonder what she said when they clipped it. I would be curious if it was something at least relatively nice. And also, just because something new is made doesn't mean the old does not exist. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't take away your Peter Jackson films. This doesn't take away your books. Those things still exist. You're still allowed to love those things. Maybe you don't love this, but the idea of something new doesn't take away your love for the old, or at least it shouldn't. I don't know. It sounded to me like she said leave the books out of it. No, I don't. Something was clipped there. Clearly, and then she said read your books. Yeah, if you don't like the show, the book still exists. I don't know. I would be, yeah, I get what you mean, but I would be curious what she said. Everyone should check this out. Tomorrow, Robert has a huge interview. Oh, actually, I have an announcement. I'll finish this one first. Robert tomorrow, I think it's at 5, if I remember correctly. I set the reminder, but he's having Mark Wade on, and that is fucking huge. That is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see what you got to ask him about World's Finest and what he's doing. Oh my God. Absolutely awesome. Also, so make sure Robert, you can put the link in the chat if you want. Yep, at 5. Okay. Put the link. Already clicked the notification. Same random dude draws. Same. Also, I finally, I feel like I used to have interviews like twice a month, and now it's been getting fewer and far between, but I finally am getting Sean Gordon Murphy on. We're setting up a time and everything now. And it's actually pretty amazing because he wanted, like he was interested. He wanted to come on my channel. Like I feel so fucking honored. We got to talk about Thick Robin. We're gonna talk about Thick Robin. So yes, Sean will be coming on the channel. And I'm not sure if I kind of want to do it live. I hate editing, and it helps with that. But I'm hoping to get Sean on this week. I absolutely love his work, and I can't wait to talk to him. So yes, this is the first time. This is the first time I announced it. It just official as of yesterday, so I'm fucking ecstatic about it. But yes, I am gonna wrap up. At the bare minimum, enjoy it for the beauty. Who's Thick Robin? Gan in the new Murphyverse stuff. But I honestly like. I think you guys will enjoy it if you give it a chance. I really, really think you guys will. Maybe it's because I'm a noob. Maybe so. But I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. But yes, thank you guys all so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you guys later.